India and the United States reaffirmed their commitment to promote regional stability and rule of law at the fourth 2+2 Ministerial Dialogue held in Washington on Monday. Several issues, including the ongoing war in Ukraine, the situation in Afghanistan, challenges pertaining to the Indo-Pacific region, and a range of key bilateral issues were discussed. Talks in Washington took place between U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, and their Indian counterparts S. Jaishankar and Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. India and the United States discuss a broad range of issues from the COVID-19 response, climate action to global and regional issues, the ongoing war in Ukraine, the situation in Afghanistan, challenges pertaining to the Indo-Pacific region, and a range of key bilateral issues. Delivering his statement after the conclusion of the fourth India-US 2+2 Ministerial Dialogue on Monday between Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin in Washington, India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar said, "A good part of my meeting with Secretary Blinken in the morning went to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine that has many ramifications." When asked about India's position on the Russia-Ukraine war and India's energy purchases from Russia, Jaishankar said the focus should be on Europe, not India. Several countries, including the United States, have slapped multiple sanctions on Russia over waging war in Ukraine.
If you are looking at energy purchases from Russia, I would suggest that your attention should be focused on Europe, which probably we do buy some energy which is necessary for our energy security. But I suspect, looking at the figures, probably our total purchases for the month would be less than what Europe does in an afternoon. So you might want to think about it.
Blinken said India's ties with Russia developed over decades at a time when the United States was not able to be a partner to India, but that times had since changed. Defense Secretary Austin said the two countries had signed a bilateral agreement to support sharing information and cooperation in space. US President Joe Biden and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi earlier held virtual talks focused mainly on Ukraine, and Modi said he had suggested to Russia that President Vladimir Putin hold direct talks with Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky. The talks took place as the United States seeks more help from India in applying economic pressure on Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. Both expressed growing alarm at the destruction inside Ukraine, particularly in Bucha, where many civilians have been killed.